Hey guys, Frytech here. So my saga of switching from Windows to Linux continues. Today is 1st of May 2026 and today's Friday, and tomorrow will be basically a week since I'm trying to figure out at least the basics of it all, and this has been nothing but frustrating for the most part. I have a ton of videos that I want to release that I filmed but haven't edited yet, but I feel like this one will be going first. So I quickly want to thank everybody in comments to the last video, because some of you were very helpful, and in general just a good vibe, because as I mentioned in the previous video, unreleased one, I posted it on threads, and a lot of people were just skill issue, get fucked, get lost essentially. So on YouTube definitely way better community, so thank you very much, appreciate that. Sort of quick update, what works, what doesn't work. So I kind of figure out CS issue, so now the game works fine. I feel like this game scope thing was already installed, and I just needed to find this game body GUI or something like that, because I'm very visual person. I need things to be on a screen essentially. I comprehend information way better in that kind of way. So I did just use this basic GUI and pressed full screen, and I think set resolution, stuff like that, and that worked. Before that I was able to make CS work alright, at least by just using launch option of CS2 minus Vulkan, and that in and of itself sort of allowed me to use it 4x3 stretched, but the game looked kind of a little worse, a little off than on Windows. The crosshair and the jagged edges, I feel like it has to do something with this Vulkan rendering stuff, and I don't know how it's rendering right now, but I removed that Vulkan option and just put a check mark in the game scope body GUI whatever thing, right? And seems like it worked. I didn't even need to type anything in the game launch options. I don't know if it's a correct way, but it's working right now. So also I learned that apparently there is no such thing as in Windows proper full screen mode for games, where the game takes the control for the input, keyboard, mouse and everything, which is, I don't know, to me it seems absolutely bizarre and fucked up that OS prioritizes essentially its own sort of existence in a way, and how it wants to do things, instead of giving certain games like Counter-Strike sort of direct input and allowing essentially the game to run how it needs to run. I tried CachyOS. I know that people sort of talked about it, but on CachyOS I couldn't even it launched, I didn't even do anything. It was smooth and everything, but and the game looked pretty nice out of the box essentially, but I couldn't move a mouse. I was moving a mouse like that. If I shake it really hard, it was moving just a little bit on the screen, and otherwise it was as if it was magnetized to the center of the screen by, again, what I'm thinking right now is compositor, X11 or Wayland or wherever else was kind of capturing the mouse and not allowing the game to control the mouse. At least this is my assumption. So I removed that cache. I just installed it as a separate partition. I removed it. That's it. I'm still on this Bazzite thing. I just want to show you. So I'm just this is just a quick brief stuff of almost a week later, right? CS works. OBS still doesn't work. I'm not alone, apparently. I mean OBS shortcuts. OBS shortcuts don't work, and I'm not alone in this. Apparently it's a known issue, because again, fuck you. Why would a biggest streaming software need to properly work on Linux? This is just some madness that I'm asking, right? So apparently Linux doesn't really allow to capture applications to capture the global sort of inputs and whatnot, whatever. People suggested to go into settings and Wayland shortcuts, but I go to Wayland shortcuts and unfortunately, I mean, obviously you're not going to be able to see it, but the point being is that also it's so bizarre that this it has no rhyme or reason, the settings, it's not in alphabetical order. even the sort of subcategories like input, output, connecting devices, network, appearance, even they are not in any sort of logical, coherent kind of a way presented. Like I'm just, and there is no option to change it. At least I can't see it, to like sort like alphabetically somehow, or like do something to make it seem at least a little bit more logical. So I'm going to this like OBS shortcuts, right? And I'm going to push to talk, right? Push to talk. I pressed push to talk, and then I'm pressing mouse and nothing happens. I'm pressing input, mouse free, nothing happens. So I cannot select sort of overall like global shortcut, apparently with just like a mouse button, whatever. So that thing is out of the question apparently. I was right now trying to find like some sort of OBS kind of plugin and whatnot. I probably had, I don't know, maybe like 60 tabs or something like that opened in Firefox, and it crashed. It was consuming like 9 gigabytes of system, and then I don't know, like apparently the system like ran out of memory or whatever. And I don't know, is there like no swap? I mean I'm looking at this system monitor right now, this one, and it says that there is swap, but apparently it didn't use any swap, and so just the computer hang and like didn't do anything and never unfroze, and I needed to restart. And this is second time in just like 2 days or something like that. Actually yesterday I didn't do anything because I was busy with other stuff. So yeah, it's like literally in like a couple days, this is the second time that Linux completely freezes on me. First time I was opening and trying to install some kind of like a OBS for Windows via like bottles or something like that. And I thought like, oh, that's ironic. Like I was trying to launch some kind of like a Windows stuff and it crashed Linux. And I was like, okay, that's funny. That's on me, okay? Even though, again, like I just opened that bottles kind of thing. And then was just pressing, you know, like next, even though it warned me that, you know, OBS will not even work properly as it should, like on Windows via this mode. So I was like, okay, whatever, let me just like go through it. And then it crashed completely. And now again, just browser, fucking Firefox just crashed the system completely. Like, isn't Linux supposed to be more stable? Like, this is 2 days and 2 complete freezes. Like, that's it. Like, the system is done. Even the fans are like, first they're spinning like louder and then like quiet. So it's like nothing, doing nothing. It's just frozen completely. I don't remember when was the last time something like that happened to me on Windows, to be honest. Like, I know that, again, it's the videos that I need to edit, but again, like the Windows kind of crapped on me, but it was my fault because seemingly it was like updating something, downloading maybe some updates or whatever, and I just restarted and like it completely died. Here I'm just browsing the internet trying to find like solutions to the problem, and then I don't know, it just crashed. This is crazy. This is kind of insane, to be honest, because the only time when like my macOS sort of did this to me, when I was like literally on like 100 or like 500 megabytes of free space on my SSD, that's why it crashed and like frozen completely. Otherwise it's like always running, even like on 1 or like 2 gigabytes of free space. And the only thing is like free space that can kill the system. Otherwise it's just running all the time. Again, like this whole switch to Linux and me also trying in-ears monitors. You'll probably see a video or two on the channel about in-ear monitors. That just, these two things made me appreciate Apple so much. It's just such a hassle-free experience of just running a computer, and computer is doing the computer stuff and I'm doing my stuff that I want on Apple's platforms with Apple headphones and macOS and everything. It's just like, it just works. Like, it really just works. And because I was using macOS for so many years and most of the time it just works, it kind of like, I kind of forgot what it means when things don't just work and how fucking painful it is. Okay, quickly, it's just 10 minutes already, quickly. what I found out, apparently Linux doesn't have a hibernate mode. Like, what in the fuck is this? What year is this? What the fuck is going on? Like, I am just, so like, I installed Linux to get away from Windows problems. Instead I got the system that, like, after 3 days I'm able to play CS, or 3 or 4 days I'm able to play CS. The OBS doesn't work properly with just simple mouse binds. Hibernation mode doesn't exist whatsoever as a category, and some people are defending this absolute brain-dead nonsense, saying like, oh, who needs that thing? Like, who needs that? Well, I need that. Like, I'm opening a shit ton of tabs. I'm opening maybe a couple browsers and whatnot. I'm running this, I'm running that. I'm running like always like lots of windows and everything, and it's just like I'm just looking at my macOS, like I'm like notes are running, music, like sort of settings. Again, a couple browsers are open in like Safari, like I don't know, 5 windows with I don't know, at least 20 to 30 tabs in each, like, and everything is running. And like what I'm supposed to like close all of it and then reopen it on the next day, or like, I don't know, if I'm just using this computer to play games and that's it. I want to press the button for it to start in a state it was before, and I'll just like, you know, go and play my game instead of waiting for everything to download and shit like that. Also, so the computer hanged right now. I rebooted it, and what do you know, like on this monitor, a secondary monitor, even though for some reason the computer treats this as a first and like main monitor, this is where like all of the windows appeared here first, not first, here. even those like icons on the desktop, they first flashed here and then they switched here, but other stuff was here, right? But what's more interesting is that Steam did not open. I had Bazzite opened, the application stuff, right? I had OBS opened. I had the text editor opened. I had obviously Firefox that crashed the system opened. None of that stuff opened back to present the state that it was before the crash and before the restart reboot. And apparently that's also okay. That's like, people don't care that the computer doesn't preserve the computer state. I just don't get it. Again, like, maybe people on Linux like sort of like so much to tinker with computers, and they're so used to this, like they really don't know even that computers like macOS can just work. It's just, I don't need to think about that. Like, I can literally right now, I can do it right now. Like, literally, look at this, right? Like, I'll just, like, you can already see, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff here. I will just press, watch this. I'm pressing one button, restart, and it says, are you sure you want to restart? Reopen Windows when logging back in. There's a check mark right there. That's already there. I'm just pressing restart. It will go through all of it, right? The fans will spin up and everything. But just watch like how things should be, because this is kind of remarkable that even Windows, like, at least Windows had a hibernate state. It did try to open sort of some stuff. It did kind of open like something like system monitor or something, like Linux also did open sort of software monitor or whatever. But you know, like, it's not like it didn't, not Windows, not Linux, didn't open like browser, didn't open even like built in like this what's the name of it, Kate text editor stuff. This is just bizarre, and I just like, again, like, it's probably because people never experienced macOS and they just don't know what they're missing. Because the computer just does the computers. The only thing that macOS does worse is like with this like on-screen keyboard. I had to enable this. it's not by default enabled, and you can't like necessarily go into like settings quickly here and enable on-screen keyboard. I want to make a video about this later. I will just like cover just for a second so you didn't see my password, right? But this is because like I want to like have it as a one shot, not cut anything, just so you kind of see that I'm not cheating with like, you know, magic tricks or whatever. This is how the system works, how macOS works. And I have like a little weird bug that sometimes like the dock doesn't really appear, and I need to kind of manually go to like activity monitor and like kill the dock, and it will automatically reappear. It's probably because I'm using this kind of like a Hackintosh kind of stuff, because on this particular MacBook Pro 15 2020, MacBook Pro 15 from 2015, the last supported version is macOS 12 Monterey, I think it was. And I'm using now the latest that I want to use. I don't know, is it Sonoma 15.7.5 essentially, the latest before that whole like liquid glass redesign that I don't like, especially on the macOS. And so basically I'm using the latest system, and probably sometimes there's a little glitch also because I am carrying the system all the way from basically all the way from like 2010 with like time machine backups. So this system is like 15 or 16 years old. You need to understand that as well. Like all the files, there's like a lot of junk there. Like there's a lot of applications that are like even like 32-bit still that are like not supported for the longest time already, but it's still there. Like, because the backup just takes it over, and like I can't launch it, but I see sometimes that that's like an old application or whatever. Like, oh, that's, you know, kind of cool times. So again, like you need to give the computer, it's a little slow computer, you need to give it a few seconds to essentially open up everything, right? But you can see already that it's a little slow right now. Just give it a second. But and also because I'm using this application that shows me which stuff are trying to connect to the internet, so I can manually allow or sort of ban it essentially from going to the internet. At the start it always kind of does this thing, but look at this. This is basically the same thing that was before. I didn't do anything, and I did this all in one take. I was actually a little kind of scared that like will I regret this? Firefox, which is not a native browser, right? Safari, okay, you could say like, oh, you know what, it's because you're using like Safari or whatever. Yeah, but Safari, also this Safari and 5 other windows of Safari, right? Like it's all there. And again, like all the applications, all my Finder tabs or Finder windows, like everything that was running before, it is running. This is like, that's what I'm saying, like I'm essentially like, I don't know, I'm sort of a little sad for everybody who's using Windows and also, to be honest, Linux as well in a way, just because you're really missing out on just ease of use, and like you're doing other stuff instead of doing like all the time like tweaking the computer and whatnot, like trying to figure out how to make it work and whatnot. It just works. There is no problems with it, mostly, you know. And again, like all the problems that I'm maybe encountering, like I'm using it kind of like a Hackintosh way, so even that. And again, right, like you could see that it just opened up everything back, and that's not an option apparently, not on Windows, not on Linux. But again, not even having a hibernate mode. I was literally I don't know, at like 1 in the night was running, was googling how the fuck am I supposed to enable hibernate mode in Linux. I still haven't figured it out, but the fact that I even have to think about it, and people are like, oh yeah, but in Windows, like sometimes it's also kind of janky and whatnot. Yes and no. You just go into setting. I think if it's not by default, you press one button, the hibernate button appears, and then you're off to the races. Yeah, it takes up 16 gigs of RAM on the disk, but like, so what? I have some free space to make my life more convenient. Like, what are we talking about? This is so crazy. And again, like, I just noticed this, like, either on some social media, again, like on YouTube, like all the people that helped me, or at least like chimed in a previous video, like thank you very much, seriously, like you are the G's. But like on social media, on like Threads, there were a lot of like really toxic people, and in general I'm like looking at Reddit and stuff like that. There are a lot of toxic people. There are a lot of people who don't even want to acknowledge that there are problems in Linux, and like other systems do it better, certain aspects. Gaming obviously on Windows is way better, like I'm discovering right now. Just general kind of use is way better on macOS, like I know now apparently. I knew that macOS is phenomenal, but I just didn't appreciate it enough, to be honest. I swear, this whole fucking thing gives me so much renewed appreciation for macOS. It's crazy. I can't even describe how much more I love my Mac, how much more I love my MacBook and macOS and everything. This is, I swear, like, I didn't want it to be like that, you know, because it was mostly about Windows, fuck the Windows and whatnot, and now I'm just so much more in love with with my macOS. It's like, it's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to update this little, to kind of record this little thing, because again, like today is 1st of May, and again, whoa, that happens sometimes when I'm restarting and there's like some kind of a video somewhere on the background that starts playing. Usually then like the ad blocker and like that whole kind of system kind of kills it, stops the autoplay, but sometimes it doesn't catch it quick enough. Yeah, so that's the experience, you know what I mean? It's kind of interesting. It's definitely frustrating. Again, basic functionality, basic things, just hard. Maybe they work, but you need effort to make it work, which is why I didn't want to continue using Windows, because that was already kind of hassle and constant nagging and everything. I wanted an effortless kind of experience, not way more effort to make. I literally need, like, about hibernation, I was just like scrolling and I'm like seeing that like you need to like copy this, like create some kind of like a patch for like, I don't know, for like system like power management or whatever, and essentially like patch the system. Like, what the fuck is this? Why is there no like button like enable the option hibernation? That's it. And people are defending as if this is a good thing, you know? Some people, obviously not all. Some people are smart and understand that there are a bunch of problems like that with usability, basic usability. And yet some people are completely oblivious that things can just work, you know? You can work on your coding projects, you can use your Gits and everything and blah, 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 and like your dependencies and whatnot, but like core basic functionality, it can and should just work. Why is this kind of a novel idea in 2026? I don't know, I feel like I'm losing my mind with this whole experience. And by the way, this like system monitor, like, so after the crash now it says the page is missing some sensors and will not display correctly. Great. I mean, like, what the fuck? Now apparently, you know, it's kind of died on itself, like says fix and then gives me network / all IP4 addresses, click to select sensor, upload network, so the network sort of monitoring doesn't have sensors anymore. I don't understand why. What the fuck? I mean, I'll just restart it, to be honest, maybe one more time. But oh, and by the way, like, yeah, some people told me to use some people suggested that the issues with like CS and everything is because of Wayland, this compositor. It's been like 15 or a little bit more years since I've been dabbling with the whole fucking Linux stuff, and it's like compositors, desktop environments, distributives, repos. Like, there's so much jargon, there's so much like stuff. My head hurts. I feel like my head is like warm of all of this shenanigans. But yeah, apparently it was because of like, or it is, and even the OBS and whatnot, because of like Wayland instead of like X11. By the way, again, like it shows blinking sort of cursor on this display instead of this display, and this, by the way, is PM, even though I set 24-hour standard, and yet I'm still getting this PM fucking shit. It's like, why? I don't know. I changed it, like the settings to be 1st May 2026. It still says May 1st 2026. It still tells me PM, even though I'm not using AM PM. I'm using 24-hour standard. Once it was here, the 24-hour, but it was showing me seconds. Why the fuck do I need seconds there? Just distracting shit, and I found no way how to remove it. It's just, I don't know, it's just, I swear, it's kind of fucking insane that there are so many usability, like quality of life sort of things that are, oh, like see, and now, like, oh, you didn't see it, it started there, oh, it's like, it continues, sort of, quick settings that were on this monitor, it put them on this monitor, even though this monitor is selected to be the main monitor. It still puts like stuff here. I mean, system monitor I am keeping on this side, but only system monitor. Sort of Dolphin and everything should be here. And by the way, it did not open. I had more windows, like File Explorer essentially, but it opened only one. Where the rest gone, who knows? I don't know. But at least system monitor apparently fixed itself. Cool. And yeah, this monitor is selected as primary, and yet things are opening on the other monitor. Why? I don't know. Who knows? I don't. Definitely not. And so yeah, like I think I just need to document this experience just to give people like sort of, I don't know, an opportunity to laugh, I guess, from an idiot who doesn't fucking understand what he's doing, which is true. But then also, you know, maybe sometimes it's like kind of valuable to like, if I hold the mirror to the whole like Linux system, and to an extent to some members of Linux community, maybe it is sometimes valuable and useful to look in the mirror and see like, okay, you know what? Yeah, it's ugly. At least in some aspects anyway. Truly, like, the biggest beneficiary of all these like experience of mine of the past week is macOS. Seriously, it's Apple and macOS. It just works. So I'm gonna try to fix OBS now. I doubt that I will be able to. Oh, and by the way, can I please interest you in a little bit of a thing about OBS, right? Okay, so we launched OBS. Here it is. I want to like move this, right? Oh, it moved. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, look, of course. Okay, now you're working. Cause just, oh no, now you stopped working. Okay. So I moved these scenes around, right? Sources, whatever. I moved some stuff around. I'm trying to click on the top menu, right? File, edit, view. Nothing works. Nothing works. For me, it didn't even work. Like if I moved this scene like around, if I moved one scene around, or like one of these big docks, right? Containers, whatever you want to call them, I couldn't even move the second one after that. But you can see that again, like the file, like I can't open the settings. So I need to close the OBS, start it again, and only then I can select the menus. What the fuck is up with that? Like, this is just insanity. This is madness. I've never had this problem on Windows. Never. I don't think I even have, I mean, I'm not using OBS on Mac. I think I installed it like to do some screen capture a few times. I don't remember having this issue even on macOS, although on macOS, like especially on my computer, is like one of the worst kind of system to use it on, simply because of like really poor hardware, encoders and everything. But that's the experience of OBS on Linux. Again, the biggest streaming piece of software out there. Cool. I'm losing my mind. Just like, again, it's just like 15 or 20 years ago. Linux is like, yeah, things work, but everything is half-baked. Nothing is polished. Everything is like, yeah, sort of works. Sometimes doesn't. Who knows why? Like, sometimes things just break. Sometimes the system just hangs for no reason, just because the fucking Mozilla Firefox decides to eat 9 or 10 gigabytes of RAM. And of course, it's not like you can purge the RAM, right? Like purge the application, or like purge the tabs maybe that are hanging the system that much, or in any case, like put stuff into swap. I don't know, apparently, again, like it shows me that I have swap, but apparently the swap doesn't really work. I don't know, I don't get it. With your hibernation stuff, literally people were saying that you kind of need to create kind of additional swap sort of directory, and then again, like sort of point the system to it, and yeah, again, like do some like config stuff. Like, what? This is so beyond what I wanted to do with the system, like the level of involvement that I wanted to get. But also so like far beyond like my capabilities, definitely at the moment. So much so, like, again, like I'm still contemplating to just go back to Windows, because like this is so much worse than I expected. And again, people like Gamers Nexus, like J Sense, whatever the channel is, right? Like even LTT, like, and some other people. I've watched so many like Linux related videos, and things mostly work for people, but for me it's been, again, like non-stop kind of a shit show, and I just don't know what to do with this. It's like either it's completely on me, or I'm that unlucky. I don't fucking know. Again, I'm not even using sort of dual boot or anything. Like, Windows cannot do anything. Like, this is purely purest of the purest of Linux experience, because it's only Linux on the drive. It is ButterFS, like seemingly the kind of good stuff in terms of file system. Again, kind of based on Fedora. I've heard that it's supposed to be kind of stable and stuff like that. Bazzite, yeah, sort of kind of newish stuff, but again, from what I've seen, apparently it's supposed to be kind of a gaming focused distro and everything. Problems on problems on top of problems. Anyway, again, I'll go and try to see if I can make OBS work at all, truly, because previously I even used, sort of copied my config, like my profile and like, yeah, sort of the data essentially from Windows system, and at some point it just started crashing on like, I don't know, every 5 seconds or whatever. I open it, don't even do anything, it crashes. So now I'm like, okay, let's use absolutely fresh system, and on the fresh system again, I'm moving the tiles, and then I can't use the menu because it freezes. Like, okay, so it's not much better than it was before. It's like, what are we doing here? I'm laughing because otherwise I would be crying, because I just wanted to play CS and stream like once a week, basically, maybe twice if I have a little bit more time. I don't need any hassles. I wanted, again, for it to be like a console kind of in a sense experience that it just works. That's why I want Hibernate, because I want all my windows to be already where I need them, essentially. I don't want to like open millions of stuff all the time. It's like, why are you doing this to me? Anyway, that's the experience so far. I just want people to know that this is not all roses, and this is actual real experience of like, not like a pro user of Linux or whatever. This is me switching from Windows to Linux. Again, maybe I will like later like rename everything to be in some kind of a cohesive order or whatnot, but this, again, the project's supposed to be called Operation Liberation, This is Operation Desperation now, and it's just, it's bad. It's bad. But yeah, thank you everybody like on YouTube in the comments to my last video that were asked for help, right? Even though like the video didn't get as much traction as again like those like a thread on threads, people here are much nicer. So thank you very much that you reached out, that you tried to sort of offer some solution for these problems. And yeah, although like I haven't tested everything that was sort of said, again, at least for me, there's a better understanding about this like whole Wayland X. Oh, and by the way, like X11 is not present here on Fedora. Some of you like said, go like into like log out and like start a new session. X11 is not present. Apparently Fedora sort of I read it just today, like in less than 20 minutes ago, that apparently Fedora sort of booted it, and Bazzite based on Fedora kind of removed it as well. So if I want to try to like some kind of hacks with OBS, now I need to install back somehow the whole like X11 thing before I can even like try. It's again like I'm literally hot, like my head is burning. It's consuming too much power right now. It's good. It's new information. I don't know how helpful it is and useful, but it's new information. Let's just put it that way. So it's expected, but it's a little too much. It's a little too much. I would appreciate if things just work. Just work, you know, like on macOS. Just work. You turn on the computer, it just works. No problems whatsoever. Yeah, I'm kind of mad at Valve that they fucking removed CS2's macOS support. Again, like first broke it and then removed it completely. I'm kind of pissed at them. They're such a good company overall, but like this little part fucking pisses me off because I paid money for CS. Obviously it was a long time ago and it wasn't that much, like $15, $20, whatever. I got my fair amount of joy for that money. You know, in like 10 years or so, but still some like, you know, a part of me, more than 10 years now, a part of me is still like, you know what, it's kind of a fucking asshole behavior to remove the support that was there already, never fix, by the way, what they broke, which is even more important. And then that whole, again, no, I'm gonna make a different video like separately about Valve, because this whole culture about like, oh, we're doing like whatever we want and there is no like strict rules and whatnot. Yeah, it shows because like, again, if you're working on Steam and whatnot as a Valve kind of, if you had somebody like Jobs at the helm of Valve, Linux itself would be as polished as macOS essentially, and all of the, like, everything would just run perfectly 10 years ago, and we would have fucking Half-Life 3 and Episode 3 and Half-Life 3 by this point, and like, but everything is so willy-nilly. We're such divas, we do what we want, we go here, we go there. Oh, nobody wants to work on macOS. Well, fuck you, macOS users, even though now you have one of the most powerful hardware with Apple M1 chips, or M series of chips, and not M1, it's where they started, M5 Max, M5 Pro, like one of the most powerful chips like in laptops, period. Can't run Linux, can't run CS2, because I don't want to run Linux now that I'm understanding this. If I'm being absolutely honest, as of right now, as of this moment in particular. Problem is I don't want to run Windows either. I just want to be on my macOS, my lovely Mac. And yet, yeah, Valve, instead of like porting it properly and like supporting Metal and everything, there's, yeah, fuck it. We're using this like whole Vulkan thing, we're focusing on Linux. macOS, who gives a fuck? Fuck those people. Kind of a shitty behavior, I have to say. But anyway, I need to make a whole separate video about Valve in this particular area. Yeah, okay guys. I'm gonna go and like literally edit this video right now, because otherwise it's gonna pile up again more and more, and I promise to make sort of like a update. And this is like a 40-minute video. But I'm just sharing my experience. It's nothing but frustration most of the time. So far anyway. all while, you know, CS2 added back, Valve added back cache into the game. I just want to go and play cache and like again stream a little bit, and I said I need to figure out all the fucking bullshit. Whatever. Alright. Please, you know, subscribe to Frytech channel for more Linux related videos, probably rants and like rambling if anything else, but you know, maybe you can just, you know, put it on play and like when you're eating and just like listen to some dude from Belarus ranting how Linux should be more polished and that it still has a long way to go. Yeah, and I will be posting a few videos about in-ear monitors, basically, right? The headphones that go inside your ear, because I've been also having quite an experience, let's put it that way, also in this like in past 2 weeks with all that fucking bullshit. I just need to sit down and edit the videos, and that's the toughest part, because I fucking talk so much and then I need to edit all the fucking shit. Whatever. Alright, yeah, okay, so subscribe and yeah, talk to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.